wherever you are watching this video. Today I have an exciting haul video to share with you guys. My husband and I found a new love for garage sales. So I have a pretty large garage sale haul to share with you guys. We started 2 weekends ago at our first garage sale. So I will explain the one item that we had bought last weekend, and then I will share the items that we found this weekend. It was really funny in my opinion because last weekend, or not, like 2 weekends ago, my husband and I were just sitting around in the morning and we were trying to figure out what to do with our afternoon. We didn't have any plans. We didn't know what we wanted to do. And I was like, let's go to a garage sale. And my husband honestly thought I was crazy. He was like, what are you talking about? What garage sale? And I was like, I don't know. You just drive around and look for the little signs. Where I grew up, in the neighborhood that I grew up in, there were garage sales all the time. Every single weekend, someone had a garage sale. But my husband grew up in a different area, and I don't know if he just never noticed the garage sales or if they just weren't as popular where he lived as they were where I lived. So he was like, what are you talking about? What garage sale? And I was like, just get dressed, get in the car, and we will drive around and we will find one. So we found a neighborhood that was hosting garage sales. So I think there were like maybe 3 or 4 that we went to. And we didn't find a ton of items. We actually went quite a bit later in the afternoon, like it was probably around 11. So a lot of the garage sales were already ending when we were driving around. So there wasn't much stuff left outside at these people's sales. So we only found one item last weekend, and I'm going to have to put a video in of a clip of this item because it is too large for me to hold. We found a piece of artwork that a lady was selling. It is a city skyline. It looks like it's probably New York with the Empire State Building. And in our kitchen area, our kitchen dining room, we already have 2 paintings or pictures of city skylines, and that is the decor that we already have in there. So when we saw this painting, we thought that it would be perfect. It would fit the vibe, the theme that we already have. It kind of, the base of it is like dark grays and blacks, but then it has purples and teal, and I believe it's yellow or orange details. I forget off the top of my head, but you guys will see in the video clip. So we hung that above our pantry in our kitchen. We have very tall ceilings in our kitchen and living room. So we have a lot of large artwork in there, and that one fit perfectly above our pantry space. And when we were at the garage sale, the lady that was selling that particular item did not have prices listed on any of her merchandise. So she was like, just tell me whatever price that you guys are willing to pay. And my husband and I were like, well, what do you want for it? Like, what would you like from us? And she gave it to us for $5. And on the back of that artwork, it had a price tag for $50. So we got it for 95% off, right? Yeah, no, 90% off. Yeah, because we paid 10%. So we got it for 90% off, and it was beautiful. It looked brand new. There were no scuffs or any damage. So that was our first garage sale find. And after that shopping trip, I think I finally converted my husband. Not finally, I guess. He just didn't know much about garage sales. So this weekend, our neighborhood that we live in hosted a garage sale. I guess they host garage sales twice a year, and they will put up signs for it, and they tell you, like, this is the timeline that we will host this garage sale for. So we got up early in the morning and we went out and explored some of the garage sales. So the first one that we went to was kind of a dud. They had a lot of bigger furniture pieces, and that was about it. So we were not in need of any furniture, and nothing really caught our eye. So we left that garage sale and went to the next one, which was a huge hit. So I am super excited to show you guys the items that we bought at this next garage sale. I will start with the clothing item that I found. So some garage sales, at least where I live, some of them, it is mostly clothing pieces and little accessories. Some of them, it is mostly furniture items. We went to one that had a ton of like fishing supplies. So it's just super random and you never know what you're going to find. So I like to look at the clothing pieces, but sometimes none of the items are your size. Sometimes none of them are your style. But I found one item at this garage sale that I really liked. So I will try to show it to you guys. This is a t-shirt. And it is black and white stripes. And then on the sleeves, they are kind of these wide sleeves, but they have these really cute silver buttons going down the sleeve. And I tried this on and I really, really liked it. This is from the brand White House Black Market. I had never heard of that before. So my husband actually looked up this brand when we got home, and even the sale items were like around $50 for shirts and things like this. So I got this shirt for $3. And it was probably originally like $40. Well, I guess if the lady bought it a few years ago, it might have been like $20 or $30. But it seems like this is a really nice brand. So to get it for $3 is such a great deal. And I love how simple it is, but you could kind of dress it up or wear it more casually depending on what pants you wear, what shoes you wear, accessories, all of that stuff. So I really, really liked this one. And honestly, $3 is even better than Goodwill prices are these days. Goodwill, at least in my area, has gotten really, really expensive. So if I can find a shirt for $3, that is a steal. And then the next items that my husband and I found at this lady's garage sale are all Christmas items. So if you are not quite ready for Christmas yet, then maybe this will not be your cup of tea. But again, at garage sales, you never know what you're gonna find. You might find holiday specific items, and if it's a good price, you just have to snatch it up. So the next few items that I have are actually a set of little Christmas village houses. So they are all Hallmark brand. the Sarah Plain and Tall collection, and the lady said that I guess this was a TV show or a book. I'm not quite positive. I do think she said there was a show or a movie on Hallmark that her mom watched. So that is why she had this collection. There are 5 different little houses, and her mom had the full collection, but she did not want to keep them anymore, so she wanted to sell them at the garage sale. And this lady was really, really sweet. She was like, I just want my mom's items to go to a good home. And she was really wonderful and lovely to my husband and I. She was so sweet. So I will take these little houses out of their packaging to show you guys. Okay, so this first one that we have is the Sarah's Prairie Home, and they all have a little story about them. So it says, Jacob Whitting and his children, Caleb and Anna, lived in this house on the plains of Kansas when Sarah Wheaton came as an mail order bride to live with them and make a difference in their lives. The Sarah Plain and Tall collection, replica from the movie featured on Hallmark Hall of Fame. Okay, so it was a movie. So this is the Prairie House. Is that what it said? Yeah, Prairie Home. And it's in such great condition. My husband and I love Christmas. We love to decorate for Christmas. So when we saw this little collection, we just loved them. And my husband mentioned that we could put these either on our TV stand in the living room, or we could set them on top of this dresser that I'm sitting right in front of, and have them in our bedroom, because we really don't do much decorating in our bedroom for Christmas. I mean, I don't really know many people who decorate their bedrooms for Christmas, but this would just be such a cute little simple addition that would bring some Christmas joy to our bedroom as well, because I talk about it all the time, but we live in a condo, so we really can only decorate our living room and our kitchen area. So the more decorations that we get, we have to find places to put them. So for something like this, it could go in our bedroom and just add to the decoration. So let me get out the next home or the next building to show you guys. Okay, the next one that I picked out was the country church. This says Sarah Wheaton and Jacob Whitting danced together for the first time at the church picnic. Later, they were married in this simple white frame church. And this one is really beautiful. They're all beautiful. I think they are very pretty, and the lady at the garage sale, had them all sitting out on the table next to each other, and it just was so sweet, so pretty. When I was growing up, my mom always had a little Christmas village. Actually, she still does it. She puts it on top of my parents' fireplace. So it's kind of special to have my own little Christmas village that my husband and I picked out. So this is the church. I thought I would show you guys the back of this box because it shows the 5 little buildings all together, so you can get a little glimpse of what it might look like with all of them sitting next to each other. So this next one that I pulled out is the Hayes train station. This says, when Sarah Wheaton came to Kansas from Maine, she arrived by train. Jacob Whittington drove to town in his horse-drawn wagon to meet her at this station. So this is the replica of the train station, and I love this one a lot because there is a town, a little ways away from where I live, like maybe half an hour away, and there is a train station that actually looks just like this. It no longer runs. It doesn't actually work anymore, but every Christmas that little area of the city, they decorate a ton for Christmas, and they do a Christmas parade, and they have like actors come out to do like Christmas in the streets. And so you can go and you can get pictures with Santa in the train station, and you can meet like elves and Christmas carolers and all sorts of different Christmassy characters. And this train station just reminds me of that area. And every year growing up, we would go down to that area, and we would go there on Christmas Eve because they would do a parade, and then we would all say goodbye to Santa because he had to go. That way he could get ready to get on his sleigh and go deliver Christmas presents. So this just reminds me a lot of that tradition that we did every holiday season, and the train station that gets all decorated for Christmas and does pictures with Santa. So that one might be my favorite so far. The next one is also really sweet and might be my second favorite. This is the general store. It says this is Mrs. Parkley's General Store. The general store was a good place to hear news about the neighbors because everyone stopped by to pick up mail and purchase food, dry goods, and other provisions. So I love how the front has the little Christmas tree. I think that the tree on the train station was missing some of the beads on there. But you can see inside the windows, and it looks like there's a piano, maybe? No, that can't be a piano. Maybe it's just a shelf. And then there's like some shovels on this side. You can see that's like a little barrel filled with shovels and like farming equipment. And then in there's like a little shelf back there. And it's just simple on the sides and the back. It says general store, dry goods, stoves, sleigh bells, wagons, and trees. They are all in such great condition, and she still had the original boxes that they came in. So it's so special. We will definitely be keeping them in the boxes and taking good care of them because honestly, my husband and I just really love getting to make a new home for items that people are getting rid of. We love to thrift items. We love to find used items and make them part of our home. And we even talked about how in the future, when we have an actual house, we would love to be able to do a garage sale of our own, and then just be willing to like make lower prices for people or just give items to people, because I haven't even talked about the price of some of these items yet, but I will be letting you guys know about it as we get further into this video, because these people were all so sweet and so kind to us and did such great deals. So we were very, very lucky at this garage sale day. So let me get out the last building of this collection. Oh my gosh, you guys, I keep saying that they are all my favorite, but they are all so incredibly pretty and amazing. I just love these so much. So this one is Sarah's main home, like Maine, the state, not like her primary home, her main home. It says before she came to Kansas, Sarah Wheaton lived in this house on the coast of Maine with the unclaimed treasures. Sarah's maiden aunts, Maddie, Harriet, and Lou. So this is just a beautiful white house with green windows, and it has the little Christmas garland and Christmas decor. Oh my gosh, so cute, so pretty. I'm so excited to display the 5 of these homes. So on all of the boxes that these came in, they are priced at $7.95 each. Yeah, okay, I was double checking. So they were each originally $7.95, and at the garage sale, this lady had them marked for $6. $6. So we paid about $1.20 per house, which is like, oh my gosh, you guys. If you were to find something like those houses at Goodwill, I bet they would have been like $5 a piece, at least. So, just such an incredible deal, and yeah, I'm so excited. They are in such good condition, and it's going to be so fun to put those out for the holiday season. And then I have one more item from this garage sale that is Christmas related. I do still have other items from this garage sale, but this is the last Christmas item from this garage sale. So this item is quite large. It is a gingerbread house candle holder thing. So that is what the base looks like. But it also has this tray that it goes, like the gingerbread house sits on top of this tray. So this is originally from Bath and Body Works. It is the Slatkin & Co. Brand. So it says that you're only supposed to use Bath and Body Works candles or the Slatkin & Co. brand, but I'm sure that you can use other candles. My guess would be that they put that on the sticker because they know for sure that this is not going to get damaged or broken if you use their candles. But I would guess that maybe other candles could get too hot and potentially break this item. So I don't know, we will see. But we saw this, and my husband was really honestly the one who wanted to get this item. I also really liked it, but I didn't need it or have to have it. But as soon as the lady told my husband that you put a candle in it and you can see all of the light shining through the gingerbread house, my husband was like, oh my gosh, and just thought it was amazing. I don't think he's probably seen anything like this before. I personally have been going to Bath & Body Works since I was like 10 years old, so I have definitely seen items like this before. So I probably wouldn't have bought it, but my husband really liked it, and I do think it's really cute. I think it's cool. And this item was $5. So I just saw when I picked up the bottom piece that it was originally $35. And honestly, nowadays, this would probably go for like $60. I'm not even lying to you guys. If you know Bath & Body Works, you know that their prices are outrageous and astronomical these days. A candle alone is $30 to $40 at Bath and Body Works, so I'm sure that this piece is probably worth a lot of money nowadays. And for it to only be $5 was a really good deal. And my husband and I love buying candles, especially in the fall and Christmas seasons, so I'm sure that we will find a candle to put in here. And if not a real candle, then I might just buy a battery powered candle to put in here, just to light it up and make it look like a cute little lit up gingerbread house. Yeah, I probably will buy a battery powered candle regardless of if we find normal candles that work in that gingerbread house. And then the next item, I will have to pop up the video because it is another piece of artwork. So this was the first item that I saw when we pulled up to this garage sale. It is a beautiful, beautiful piece of artwork in a gold frame, and it kind of has a green photo mat behind the painting. And as soon as I saw the colors of it, I thought that it would be perfect in our bedroom, the room that I am in right now talking to you guys. As you can see in the background, our walls are green, and the painting just matched it perfectly, perfectly, perfectly. So it is this scene of a garden, I would say, with some water and a bridge over the water, and then there's just trees and flowers and plants all around. I believe it's watercolors, but I could be wrong. It seems like watercolor to me as a non-professional artist. So we, like I said, we have really tall walls in our condo. We are on the top floor, so our roof or our ceiling goes up to the roof. So we have really tall walls, and we have never had any artwork above our bed headboard. So when I saw this, I was like, oh my gosh, that would be beautiful, beautiful in our bedroom above our bed. And we have not yet hung it up. Hopefully I can hang it up today, or my husband and I can hang it up sometime this week. I think it's going to be beautiful and stunning. And that piece of artwork was only $10. $10. So at this garage sale, everything added up to be about $24, I believe, because it was $10 for the painting, and then it was $5 for the gingerbread house candle holder, and then it was $6 for all of the little house, the village houses, and $3 for my shirt. So yeah, 10, 15, 21, 24. Yep. Sorry, I was doing some quick math in my head. But the lady at the garage sale was only accepting cash. She did not have Venmo or anything, and my husband and I did not bring cash with us. We never really carry cash on us. So we went to the bank, to the ATM, and we took out some money. So when we went back, when we were in the car to go get money, we were talking about another item that this woman had at her garage sale. The item that is in the thumbnail of this video. So this lady had a retro phone, and we had talked to her about it while we were originally at the garage sale. And she was saying that this was also her mother's item. It was her original phone from the 70s, like the actual phone that she used back then at her house. And so it was legit vintage, very cool looking. And my husband and I thought it was really awesome. And yeah, so that was that. We thought it was awesome. but we were not gonna buy it because it was $25. And then when we went to get out cash to buy the rest of these items, we were talking about the phone, and we were like, ugh, we really like it. It's really cool. My husband was like really thinking about it a lot. He was like, oh, it's so cool, but it's $25. And I was like, we really don't need it for $25. It's awesome, but we don't need it. Anyway, you can probably tell where this is going considering it's in the thumbnail. So when my husband was talking about it in the car, I was like, maybe the lady will sell it to us, everything, for $40. So the items that we already had added up to $24. We had to get cash out anyway, so we had $40 cash. And I was like, maybe if we ask her nicely, she will just give us everything for $40. And when we went back, we were really nice to her, and like my husband was like, you don't have to, but we were really in love with that phone, so we wanted to offer you $40 for everything. And the lady was like, let me see how much, like she was adding up, I guess, like what the math would be for that. And if you want to do the math as well, basically it was $9 less than she was originally selling the phone for. So basically we offered $16 instead of $25 for the phone. And we were like, you really do not have to do this. We just have some money with us, so we wanted to offer it to you. And she was like, sure. She was like, I just really want it to go to a good home and to good people. And she was saying that, like, I don't know, she was just saying good things about us and how she wanted the phone to go to kind people and nice people. And it was really sweet because she was like just saying how all of these items, or a lot of these items, belonged to her mom, so she wanted them to go to a good home. And I guess she thought that we were worthy of the phone. So honestly, it was such a blessing, and we were totally not expecting her to go with the deal, but we just wanted to, throw out our offer, and she gave us this phone for $16. It is so cool. So it's just this vintage phone, and like I said, it was priced at $25, and it is legit. So cool. It matches my shirt and the walls. So awesome. I'll probably try to clean it up a little bit with like some Q-tips and just try to get the dust off, but it just is so awesome. And if you guys have heard me talk about our living room before, then you might have heard me talk about my color-coded bookshelves. We have 2 bookshelves in our living room, and I have a bunch of books on them in rainbow order, and then I have a bunch of little decorative pieces on the bookshelf. I really want to do a video where I give you guys a tour of my bookshelves. I was waiting because we had paint on our walls that was just really messed up and did not look good, so I never really wanted to show off our living room, but we just got our paint redone, so our living room looks beautiful now. And I would love to show you guys the bookshelves, and that phone is going to be sitting on our bookshelves with some books that are kind of these same colors, and it just looks so cool. I am so thrilled that the lady gave that to us and we were able to bring it home. This was definitely the best garage sale that we went to all day, but I do still have other items to show you guys. So that was the score of the day. We got the 5 houses, the gingerbread house, the painting, a t-shirt, and the phone, all for $40. And the lady was so sweet, so kind to us. So what a blessing that was. And then we went to a couple other garage sales in the area and we didn't find anything. So we went to a different neighborhood. Well, yeah, a different subdivision in our neighborhood, I guess. And it was really funny because we went up to this lady's house and she was clearly just trying to get rid of items. She was saying that she's really not even trying to make a profit. She just wanted to get rid of stuff. So I found 2 shirts that I thought were pretty cute, and I got each of these for $1. So this first one is this blue shirt. It has really short sleeves. It's kind of like cut off. The sleeve kind of ends here. So it's just like a bit of a cap sleeve, I believe it's called. So it kind of just sits right at the sleeve. It's this beautiful blue color and it has some fun texture to it. This piece is definitely nicer than I anticipated. I thought that maybe it would be a more casual shirt once I tried it on, but it definitely has a nicer vibe to it. But my husband and I both really liked that, and we were talking about how that could be good for like a more casual date night top, or it could be good like if I had a nicer church event to go to, or like an interview or something like that. That would be a good shirt for that. And then I found this tank top. Oh, and that shirt did not have a brand on it, so I wonder if it's like a Shein top or something like that. It could be really nice. I have no idea. It has no tag on it. But this one is from Loft, which is a nicer brand, and it is a knit, or yeah, I think I would consider that knit, right? Just a sweater like tank top, and I love the colors. So we've got the base of white with kind of a cranberry, an orange, a light peach, yellow, kind of a melon green, I would say, and a dark green. It does have this one little snag, but I will be able to fix that. I'm not gonna cut it off. I'm just gonna kind of like bring it through. And then it has these pretty buttons, and I thought that this could be really cute. You could either wear it like in the summertime just as a tank top. You could open it up and wear it as a like a beach cover up, a bathing suit cover up, or you could wear this over a t-shirt. Even like maybe the t-shirt that I'm wearing today, I would probably find a color that matches one of these colors, and you could wear it over top of your shirt as a little vest. I just thought this was really, really cute, and I love the colors. I don't have anything like this in my closet. So for $1, I was like, heck yeah. And then it was really funny because at this garage sale, my husband saw this painting, and it was a painting of a cow, just a giant cow head, and it's kind of textured, and he, for some reason, loved it. My husband has never said anything about loving cows or artwork of cows. I don't know. He had never ever talked about cows before, but as we were pulling up to this garage sale, this cow painting just caught his eye. So we get up there and he's talking to the lady. He's like, why on earth would you get rid of this painting? What made you get rid of this cow picture? So he's talking to this lady, and she was saying that they used to have like the farmhouse aesthetic in their living room area, but they changed up their aesthetic. So, sorry, I'm resituating because my legs are falling asleep. We're changing their living room decor, and it no longer matched. And she was saying that she originally paid like $130 for this painting, and she really loved it, but she just doesn't have a place for it anymore. And my husband was just like in love with it, but we didn't really have a place for it either. So he asked her how much she was selling it for, and she said $5. So my husband was like, oh my gosh. And the lady said, well, at the end of the day, I do not want to bring any of these items into my house. She was like, I just want to get rid of it all, and anything that does not get sold by the end of the garage sale is going on the end of my driveway, and it's going to be free. And then she was saying that after a couple days on the end of her driveway, then they're just going to call like trash pickup and have like the junk removal people pick up the rest of the items. So my husband was like, oh, we don't need it. We don't really have room for it. So we passed on that item. And then we went to, I don't know, maybe 4, 5 more garage sales. And while we were wrapping up the day, actually, I'll show you guys real quick. We went to another garage sale and we found this item. It was $5. It's originally from Pier 1 Imports, which I believe they don't even have that store anymore, but it is a nice store and they made good quality items. It says that it's hand painted. It does not have the original price on it, but I'm sure it cost them more than $5. And my husband really liked this one as well, and I liked it. I think this is gonna go really cute next to the gingerbread house that we got. It's just a little Christmas truck, and you can put a candle in this as well. So we will have our gingerbread house candle holder and this cute little truck candle holder. So we went to some other garage sales and we bought that truck, and we didn't really find anything else. And we were about to go home, and then I was like, should we drive past that house again and see? It was probably a little bit after noon, and all of the garage sales were ending at 1, but I was like, maybe she's packing up already. The lady said that once the day starts to die down and less people are at the garage sales, that's when she was going to put everything at the end of her driveway. So we did in fact drive back to her house, and she was cleaning up and putting all of the items at the end of her driveway. So we got out of the car and we did not see the cow painting on the end of her driveway, but we walked up and we were like, we asked if she still had it, and she did. She had actually put it like inside her garage to the side, and she gave it to us for free. So now we have a cow painting sitting in our, well, not sitting, hanging in our hallway across from our washing machine. We named the cow Helen for no reason. But yeah, we had a different piece of artwork on that wall in our hallway. It's covering the like breaker panel box. So now we have a giant cow staring at us hanging in our hallway. It is crazy. It was such a funny story. But when we went back and she still had it, and she was like, just take it. And she gave it to us for free. My husband was so excited. It was so funny. He just kept talking about the dang cow. The whole time we were driving around shopping at other garage sales, he was talking about this cow. So I was like, let's just go back and check and see if she still has it. And she did. And the fact that she gave it to us for free was so kind. And it's just such a funny story, and we will never forget that story. So that was hilarious. And then we have one more item that I will tell you guys about quickly. We actually picked up this item before we got the cow painting. So after we found all of the great items, we kept driving around, and the house that I mentioned earlier that had all of the fishing supplies, they also had a stationary bike for sale. It was $20. It was in great condition. I forget what the brand was off the top of my head. If I remember, I will write it down here, the brand name. But my husband and I really enjoy biking, but obviously you can't go biking in the winter time when it gets cold and snowy out. So when my husband saw this stationary bike, he was like, oh my gosh, that would be so cool. So we were looking at it, and he asked the lady how much they're selling it for, and she said $20. But we were in my husband's car when we started the day out, and my husband drives a smaller, like a Hyundai Elantra, I think is the name of it. And so we couldn't even fit the bike in the car if we wanted to. So we left and we headed home to take all of these items home. And I was like, we can make it work in the budget, and it would be awesome to have it. And $20 is such a steal for a stationary bike. So I was like, let's just get it. Let's go back and get it. So we brought all of this stuff home, and we swapped over to my car. I drive a Jeep Patriot, so it has a little bit more space in the trunk. So I was like, let's go back, and if they still have it, we will buy it. If someone else picked it up, then it wasn't meant to be. So we went back, and we had like $17 in cash, and because we had another $20 that we got, but we used some of that. Anyway, we had $17 in cash, and I found $3 in quarters. So I was like, let's just go buy it. So we pulled up, and the bike was still there, and I handed the lady the cash, and then I was like, sorry, I have $3 in quarters. And she was like, keep your change. I guess she was like, my husband hates change, so they don't like to keep change. So she gave it to us for $17, and I was so happy for my husband because we had talked about, like, in the future he was wanting to get a bike or like a Peloton. His dad has a Peloton, so he was like, maybe one day he will get rid of his Peloton and give it to me. But now we have this nice little stationary bike, and when he looked it up online, it was like $300 or something for this stationary bike. Maybe it was less or more, I don't know. It was pretty expensive. So to get it for $17 at a garage sale was crazy, such a good deal. So he actually used it today. We went shopping the other day, and he used it for the first time, and he loved it. So I'm very glad that we went back and got that bike for him, and we went back and got the cow painting for him. So such a random haul of things, but it was really awesome. I mean, we basically spent like, I don't know, we spent $5 on the first day of garage sale shopping, and then the second day of shopping we spent like well, we spent $57 in cash and then $5 on Venmo for the truck candle holder. We got this using Venmo. So, I don't know, like $70 for everything that I showed in today's haul video, which if you ever go home decor shopping or even art shopping for paintings and things, that was such a steal of a deal. So I'm very excited for all of our new home decor, and I hope that you guys enjoyed this haul. It sounds like there's some yard work happening, so I'm going to wrap this video up. If you liked it, give it a like. If you want to stick around, feel free to subscribe. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day or night, and I will see you next time. Goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye.